Hello, everybody. It's Aaron. Welcome to another episode of Feed the Beast. I have a very exciting announcement. Somebody was nice enough to set up a fan server. Mineser Boy Gaming Network. He's been sending me YouTube messages for, I don't know, we've been corresponding for, I don't know, a week or so. We were talking about it in a live stream last week or last weekend, and it's up and running. I'm not sure how to pick who gets on. It's a 10-person limit right now, and there is a whitelist. So what I'm thinking is Sunday I'm going to live stream at noon Central Time, and I figure the first, I don't know, 5 or so people to the stream, if they want to play, they can come in and play. We'll be playing on the server there. And then we'll have to figure out a method for picking who gets whitelisted, because obviously everybody can't play all the time. I'm going to be there a few times a week. I still have to play in this world, obviously, for the Let's Play. And I actually started a new stream world just because it's easier. It's just easier overall. So that's what's happening. We're going to do AE today. And I figured out how to make the item card craft things in a force transport pipe. The item card is not really sure how to explain it. You can tell it to do things. If you hold it in your inventory and right click it, you can put items in it. If you have a force pack, your force pack will automatically pick up items if you put the item card in it. So I don't really use it for that, but I found out if you take the thing and you make a crafting table, you put it in your infuser here with the crafting table, it'll turn from blue to yellow, and it's still called an item card. Once you've done that, you'll see it's a little bit of a different interface. So what I can do with this is, if I find out where I put my melons, I think they're somewhere over here. What we can do with this is we can put the melon here, I think. Yep. And then we're going to get seeds out of it. So if we throw down the pipe and put the card in it, every melon that passes through this force pipe is going to get crafted into seeds. Now, the force pipe is pretty cool in itself. It acts like an obsidian pipe. It also acts like a gold pipe. It speeds items up, except it's like 3 times faster or something like that. So that's pretty cool on its own. I've got a few watermelons over here on the edge of this, and I'm going to revamp this later. I'm going to make one just for trees, and then I'm going to make another one for all the plants. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to put this pipe in here, and I'm not really sure how to get melons through it unless I silk touched one. But I want to put the item card in the pipe so that any harvested seeds or any harvested melons, they get turned into seeds, and then they get sent to this guy. So I don't want those seeds to go back here. I want them to go here in the blue. So we'll go ahead and actually let's not do that yet, because if this harvests seeds, it's going to go back into the system, and I don't have any melon seeds in a barrel, I think. So if we have any that show up, the seed should end up in this chest. So I'll just hold on to these, and we'll go from there. Let's look at the work table. I probably ought to just make another one. In preparation for this, I already have made some nether quartz dust and some silicon, and I have some barrels of Certus quartz and Certus quartz dust. So the goal is, if nothing else, make a controller, at the very least a chest and one drive, and a couple of import buses and export buses so that we can at least auto process the ores with this thing. We're going to need a liquid tesseract to power this thing, or to get juice to this. And I figure that one of these should be enough to run a very minimal AE system with 2 machines, and then we can expand and upgrade the power requirements as our AE system expands and as we move all of this stuff from the chest into the AE system. So I'm going to craft the ME stuff, and I'm going to have to make a bunch of nonsense, so I'm not going to sit here and craft everything, but I'm going to have to make a quartz cutting knife. I'm going to have to do all these things. So I'm going to make all my pieces and some cable and stuff, and then once I've got everything made, I'll come back and we'll put it together. We'll probably just put it, I can't put it in the wall right here because there's pipe running through it. We'll just rearrange this stuff. We'll put our interface on this thing to bring everything into the AE system, and then we'll go from there. So let me craft all that junk after I make a couple more work tables. If you're not familiar, there's the recipe. It's really easy. So I'm going to get working on that, and I'll be right back with you guys momentarily. Okay guys, this was a pain. That probably just took me like 20 minutes to just craft quite, not very many things, just only a few. So we've got some export buses, import buses. I actually need to make the export buses precision. And hopefully I have everything. I forgot to make the drive, of course. But if we look in here, look at this. We got melon seeds already. So the pipe is working. It's crafting melons into seeds on the fly. I'm going to try it later on with logs to planks. There's a bit of a buffer, so hopefully that'll work. So I wonder if we can do 4K storage. I have 6 processors, and we're going to need 4 of them. So, yeah, that should get us through a quarry. So, let me see what else I need to have in my inventory. Certus quartz and redstone. Alright. And I'm saving all these recipes and the work tables because they're kind of a pain. That's the only reason I got these things, since I don't have a molecular assembler chamber yet. Alright, so we need 3 of those to make a storage segment with glass and the processor and redstone again. Wasn't like that, was it? What am I doing? I was close. Not really. Alright, we'll lock that one, and then finally, I wish the NEI worked with the work table. That would be excellent. Alright, so now we have a pattern for all of that stuff. So once I make some more processors, it'll be really easy to make another 4K storage. I went ahead and just made a drive because if you look at the recipe for this, a drive as compared to a chest, This is the disk drive, and that's the ME chest. So it looked just as cheap to make the disk drive to me. So let's pick all this up real quick, and then we will get this thing set. And I'm just going to use the force wrench on this other stuff. And I don't think we need this pipe anymore. For the time being. Since the only thing that comes through there are the quarry items like the ores, really. So we'll build this from the top down. We'll just throw the interface here. The terminal here. The drive there, and the controller can go there. That's no big deal. So we'll throw our drive in, even though we don't have any power to this thing yet. And this is going to be a very basic, minimal setup until we get more ores and we can actually do something. So I want to still put these in order. There's pulverizer. There's powered furnace. Let's do this differently. I need access to the back of each of those. So here's what we'll do. We'll just put the power underneath it and then run a couple more conduits. For those guys. So everybody should have power now. Yep. 11 units, not bad. So we're going to put our export buses on top. And we're going to put our import buses on the back. They're just basic import buses. They don't need to be... Whoa. They don't need to be super fast or anything like that. And cable seems more expensive than it used to for whatever reason. Alright, so those are all connected. We need to set up this stuff. I don't want an output. Well, I do. I want it on the back, though. So both of those should be orange. Excellent. And I don't have any ore to set up a rule. But if we put cobble here and throw some in there, all that cobble will end up in the pulverizer, get turned into sand, and then get pulled back into the AE system. So there it is. There's the beginning. Obviously, it's not going to be like this forever. But what I'm going to have to do is set up the quarry and run it, and collect some ores, and then set up the rules so that all the raw ores go into the pulverizer, and then all the dust go into the powered furnace, and then they'll automatically get pulled back in here. I didn't just set these up in line like I could have. If I had left off this export bus and that import bus, I could have set everything up just like we did with the Buildcraft pipes, to where everything went into the pulverizer and then through the powered furnace and then back into the system. But if I want to make a bunch of sand or glass or something, Um, when you pulverize a bunch of cobblestone, sometimes you get gravel and it'll jam up. So it's better if it just comes back into the system right there. So I'm not going to do this right now. After the episode, I'll make liquid tesseracts and make sure this thing has a steady supply of biofuel. And then I'm going to edit this thing, which shouldn't take that long since I only made a cut. And then I'm going to stream, I think, after dinner tonight in my stream world. I don't know, 2 or 3 hours. But more importantly, let's put melon seeds in the blue here so that we get more biofuel efficiency. The problem right now is that that tank on the other end is not full, so nothing really builds up in here. See, it gets used right away. So it's not as efficient as it could be for that reason, but not really a big deal for me. We've got about half a tank, so I can now use that stuff to power a quarry if I want. And we didn't get very much oil from that thing. It was a very small oil well, so I'm going to have to find a bigger load of oil. And sorry, dude, I moved the milk tank and reran the tracks because I had to put it in between. I know it's going to bug the hell out of somebody that these are all odd numbered tanks and it's an even numbered room. There was no way around it. So it's good enough for me. Hopefully it doesn't bother you guys too much. So that'll do it for me right now. I'll set up the quarry, which is nothing that we haven't already done, and I will set up the liquid tesseract, which is also nothing we haven't already done. And then I'll set up the rules on this thing, and we'll, all the ore should be processed automatically. And just hope it all fits on this disk. So that'll do it, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave them down below. If you want to catch me on the stream later, I put the Twitch link down in the video description. So probably around 6:30 Central Time, my time, after dinner sometime. Come hang out. We have a pretty good time. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.